want you to take a couple of minutes, it may take less than that, and do this problem. You can talk to people around you, see if you got the same answer, all those things, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Okay. Anyone want to come put their answer up? Go ahead, Max.
My fault. It's your fault. Who is that?
So this is the answer that we should have gotten, negative 1x, bless you, or just negative x plus 1. Did anyone not get that and is confused on how or why they didn't get that?
Yes. It could just be like negative. Yes.
Right. So those two answers are the same. Anyone have questions about this process? This is exactly what you should have done. Distributed to get these. Brought this down. Combine like terms to get these.
I've never had one.
Alright. I have one more warm-up type thing for you.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, we did not do any problems on this page. Yes, no.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So on this page, I want you to find questions that you feel are complex, you want to do together. You're not sure where to start. Any of those. So some of them are already like pre-circled. You can choose those, ignore those. It doesn't matter. Ella. 7.
Here you said 7.
Great minds think alike. So we'll do 7. We will not do 5.
Are you so scared to say 7?
We do 6. Great minds. We have 1. We have 6. We have 7. Any others?
Please be good. All of the above.
So we're not gonna do all of them. We did like 1 or 2.
We should do 2.
No, I'm kidding.
No. I could do 2. Right.
Okay. So let's start with 1, and then we'll go on to the others. Alright. With number 1, we have to distribute. But what are we distributing?
The negative.
Clarissa. Oh, the 1. The 1 that's in front is invisible, so we're going to distribute the negative 1 to everything there. So anytime you see just a negative, put in a 1, or remember that it's 1 so that you distribute. This, but it is 1. I don't make the math, that is too just.
Wait. That was
Alright, what would be our next step? There we go. Find our i's. Do exactly what it says. 5i minus 3i to get
2i.
2i. Make sure that these are in ABC order, always. Okay, questions on that one? Number 5. We need, I'm sorry, not 5. 5 was already circled. 6, sorry. This one has decimals, but don't let that trip you up. We're doing the exact same thing we were just doing. Distributing, combining like terms, all those things. So we are going to multiply 0.9 to everything there, and negative 0.3 to everything there. I said we were going to do a different one thing, but then I forgot to do this. Anyway, when multiplying, you can use your calculator, but if you want to use mental math, you can multiply this in numbers, 9 and 6, and then put a decimal point in between them. Same thing for all of them. So what would this be when we multiply them? 5.4t, and then 0.9 times 10, 9u, and then just bring down that negative 1u. What would the next piece be?
Please stop.
It's okay. We're allowed to voice our opinions and work through our math. It's okay. So that's what I'm saying. Shouldn't say things like that. You hear you're multiplying the rest. 0.9. And then the last one. Positive. So anytime we multiply a negative and a negative, it becomes a positive. Right, then we have a bunch of terms to combine. These are U's, not zeros. Right, combine those. Tell me what you get.
Oh,
4.1 U. That's 8.4. So it looked complex because of all those decimals, but don't let that trip you up. It is the same thing. You got it. Alright, questions on that? Seven, you have a choice. Because on the inside of the parentheses, you have two A's. You can either use order of operations, combine those, then distribute, and then combine your like terms. Or we can distribute and combine like terms. So do you want to combine like terms first or distribute first? Distribute, I prefer majority, so we're going to multiply everything here. The numbers are going to be just like normal, so this would be positive 12a. I'm going to pause for that one, come back to that, leave a space, and negative 20. And bring down the 4a. Right. For the negative 4 times the negative 5 over 4, so it's kind of like when we were adding or subtracting our fractions, we have to multiply it across. But you have to remember that all of your whole numbers are written really as a fraction over 1. It's just invisible. And we're going to multiply directly across. So negative 4 times negative 5. And 1 times 4. And then we can simplify or reduce.
this is 5.
So also, once you get the hang of this, remember, you don't have to show this work if you know that you're multiplying this 4 and this 4 together. That multiplicative inverse property that we were talking about the other day, where I have something and I flip it, multiply them and I get 1, that happened here. So these cancel to become 1, which is why there's no 4 in our final answer. And then the negatives become 5. So this would be plus 5a. And then we would just combine it. Yes, it should be okay. 1a minus 20 is our final. Questions on that one, that process, or any others on this page? then today, what we're going to do is time 36. You could start this process, then you'll pause, and then we'll finish it when we come back from lunch. You guys are going to be practicing either translating or simplifying. So let's say you feel really good about translating, you don't feel as good about simplifying. You are going to come grab the Simplifying Expressions task card page, and there are 9 questions around the room in blue, green, yellow, and white somewhere. 2 of them you may have to look for. And you are going to write those down and do those problems. You can work together, you can use your calculator, not Desmos for this. You can use the desk, you can use extra paper, all those things. And then when you finish, you're going to raise your hand and I'm going to put your hand. If you feel like you need more practice on translating, you're going to grab the translating matching paper. There are expressions on the back. Your goal is to match whatever's on the front with the ones on the back. If you want to write these like on a separate sheet of paper on your desk so you're not flipping back and forth, you do that. Again, you can work together. Don't really need a calculator for this one. And then when you finish, you can raise your hand and I'll come and I'll turn. And then once you finish, whichever one you choose first, I'm going to have you read the other one. Right? Questions on what we're doing today? Okay. So come choose which activity you would like